Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Chalice Chat. I am continuing the tradition of doing 2 episodes in one recording session because it seemed to work out pretty well the last time I did it, and so I thought it was worth exploring again as a possibility. And we are picking up once again right where we left off. So here we are in this same room, and I need to, even though we are literally picking up right where we left off, I need to remind myself of where I have and haven't been. I think this is new because this door is closed. So we're going to find out what's through here. And by the way, as I continue to experiment, please feel free to leave me some feedback. I would be very interested to hear what you think of the different approaches I'm taking and all of this as I do my best to iterate on things. I do not like the ones with the flaming sides. Nope, I'm going to heal up as full as I can. Dodge that. Alright, and dodge. Ooh, but dodging back is never all that, ow, safe, but dodge, dodge, and dodge. And power up, and strike, back away. Yeah, dodging back is a little bit risky. In this game in particular, dodging towards the attack is usually the smart thing, but worked out. I don't like to parry the fire scythe guys because they are harder for me to read. Okay. Alright, so that was a bit of an intense way to start things off. And I suppose we'll be heading almost straight for the boss after this. I'm not sure how much there is or isn't left to explore, although I wonder what the lower layer is like if we fall down where those other things are. Oh, you know what? I think I bet the official translation for that source of disease internal organ that I found is the inflicted organ. Shoot, wish I'd thought of that in the last episode. Oh well, that's what editing is for. So let's go all the way down here, and from there let's continue to go down here, and let's explore this bottom layer, and then I think all that's left for us will be the boss of layer 2. So we'll see how extensive this lower section is. But yeah, okay, so to try, after all this talking, to try and continue my experiment regarding... Oh, hello. I was looking up and I didn't see this guy down here. My discussion of what I was saying before about games influencing our behavior. It's one of the things... It's very interesting to... Oh, poison! Where were you when you would have been applicable to the points I was making? It's one of the things that interests me a great deal is in the intersection of games and storytelling, and I think that's part of what makes, ow, I didn't think that would hit me, Translation Born such a fun project to do. I mean, it's a whole bunch, Translation Born is fun to do because it's an intersection of a whole bunch of my interests that I have anyway, but, oh boy, he's gonna shoot that, but he's gonna miss. Dodge now. Starting to get their timings down a little bit better. A little bit better. Yeah, definitely better than before. Ooh. And there's the thing I was waiting for, the big stagger. And, oh, I thought I dodged that, but apparently I did not. Well, looks like we've still got a giant to take down here. 23,000 blood echoes. Those may be gone. We'll find out. But really, there's another mechanic right there. The pull of wanting to retrieve those lost blood echoes before they're gone forever. Wait a minute, I didn't need to come down here at all. I'm not thinking. I can go back up top because that whole section was through the boss door. So I don't need to be quite as reckless as I was going to be, although I still probably need to be a little bit reckless. That's too far. I already passed the door. But yeah, the intersection between games and storytelling is one that I find inherently fascinating. It's something that I've talked about before in Translation Born, and I'll probably talk about it again. Particularly when it comes to things like game mechanics and how they... Oh, I thought I'd hit him, but I didn't. And how they can be used to tell story, kind of like how Beasthood, Insight, and too hard to think while I'm fighting this guy. Ooh! Beasthood, Insight, and one other system that I'm not thinking of right now work in combination with one another. Aha! I thought he was slow enough that that would hit me, but it did not. Okay. Staying away. Hitting and running. Hitting and running. Dodging the fireball. Not fireball, cannonball. Nice! There's a stagger. Alright, don't get too greedy. Back away. Nice. And uh-oh. There go 23,000 blood echoes. Oh well. We'll be back. But yeah, that whole system of you have one shot to get back to where you were and get those blood echoes or souls back. I mean, obviously most of the series it's souls that we're talking about and not blood echoes, but in Bloodborne in particular, it's blood echoes, and I like to make that distinction where possible. It's got a whole number of different effects. Obviously, it's got the risk-reward thing of, do I push forward with a large number of blood echoes that I've managed to attain, and it's also got, so it adds tension, it adds pressure to a game that already has a number of ways that it can apply pressure to you as a player. Also adds, I hadn't really thought about this, but I heard someone talking about it the other day, and in the heat of the moment, of course, I'm forgetting who it was, but someone was talking about the way that it also gives you a way to measure your progress. So, obviously I'm dying to this guy over and over again. I'm not making a whole lot of progress. But eventually, I'll be able to get to the point where I'm fighting this giant, undead giant, who's really powerful because of how far down into the labyrinth we've climbed, and I'll be able to defeat him, and at that point, I'll get back, I mean, at this point, it's a tiny amount of blood echoes, but I'll get them back, and it's one of many ways to signal to the player that, hey, you're getting better, you've made some progress, here's a nice extra reward on top of that. And I feel like there are other ways in which that particular system can function that are interesting as well. Especially in, like, if you think about it in terms of the mechanic as it was established. Aha! I like having made that running jump. That was pretty cool. I hope this is the one where I actually manage to take this guy down. That would be fun. But yeah, if you think about that mechanic in Demon Souls, I mean, a lot of, and honestly, it's not just Demon Souls. Demon Souls is just the first one, to my knowledge, to do it. A lot of these games is evaluating. Oh man. Oh well. Maybe I'll make the jump again next time. Maybe I'll make the jump again next time. We'll see. But yeah, as I was saying, a lot of mechanics are about, in one way, shape, or form, greed. And, I mean, there's a reason when people talk about these games, one of the things they say is, don't get greedy. Is because you feel incentivized to hurt something as much as you can so that you don't have to keep dealing with it. Oh, man. Well, he missed too, so I don't feel quite so bad. And part of the idea of not getting greedy is definitely in not becoming too fixated on your souls. And it also works with the idea of death and cycles. In every single one of these games, there is... Oh, I can't believe that kick actually hit me. That never hits me. Alright. But part of the thing that all of these games have going on for them is that I'm pretty sure in every single one, you're trapped in some sort of a terrible cycle. So... Oh, man. In Demon Souls, you're stuck, you're bound to the Nexus. In Dark Souls, aha! At last! Victory! Blood Echoes retrieved. There's that nice reward. I mean, it's not 23,000, but it's still nice. Alright, let's see what else is down here. But, yeah, so in Demon Souls, you're bound to the Nexus, and can never really escape. In Dark Souls, it's all about the repeating cycle of the fire, and honestly, that goes for Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3. They're all about, at least indirectly, they all have this same cycle that do you wish to perpetuate it or not, and can it ever truly be escaped? In Bloodborne, I mean, right now, we are in one of Bloodborne's ways of dealing with this type of cycle, is that all the ruins of these various civilizations are things that have come before that people have not learned from. And people keep seeming to repeat the mistakes of the past. The Knights of the Hunt go on and on. You can just talk to people in Yharnam. The Hunt is a routine thing. They seem to be stuck in these cycles of the moon, where the moon of the hunt rises and the hunt is on for a long time. And this guy was not alone. I remember coming through here before. This guy was not alone. Oop, missed. And there we go. And in all of these games, along with that cycle of the large scale, you've also got... Oh, and I guess for Demon Souls I didn't really talk about the large scale, I talked about the personal scale. So I guess just to elaborate on that, you have the idea of repeating the mistakes of the past with the revival of the soul arts that once again led to the destruction. How the old one that's kind of always been there is kind of implied, just keeps getting brought back and then sealed away. But in every single one of these cases, you have the large-scale repetitions, and you also have the small-scale repetitions of your character being unable to properly die. Your character is locked into a cycle of deaths and rebirths. And as you just saw as I died, like, I completely lost count. I wasn't even really counting to begin with, but it was like 5 or 6 times, I think, at least, that giant ended my life. And still here. So before we go fight the boss, because I've been doing a lot of dungeoneering here, I'm going to head back to the Hunter stream and repair my weapon. And then we're going to find out who the boss is, and maybe talk a little bit about the name translation. Okay, here we are back in the dream. So let's repair my weapon. Oops, this is upgrade. I want to repair. Yeah, probably wasn't about to break. It was getting pretty close. But it probably would have made it through the fight, but I'm still glad I came back to do that anyway. And now here's another instance of some risky behavior on my part, specifically because I lost those blood echoes earlier. The game has managed to somehow create in my mind the conception that I am, like, behind. That I had all those blood echoes, and now I dropped them, and the blood echoes that I should have right now, I don't have, and I need to make that up somehow. It's not really that big of a deal. I can get a whole bunch more blood echoes, and the blood echoes that I've got, I mean, honestly, one of the problems with Bloodborne is that you come through the Chalice dungeons and you get too strong. So I don't really need to worry about those blood echoes, but I'm deliberately leaving them here. Whoop! Oh no. I'm deliberately leaving them here as I fight this boss, on the off chance that by defeating this boss with this number of blood echoes, I will be able to possibly gain a level that I kind of feel like I was denied, even though on another level I know that that's not really what happened. So let's take a look at let's take a look at me getting hit by a machine gun, not machine gun. Ooh, wow! And I got Eldritch Horde to death. Okay, well, let's start by switching to a gun so that I can maybe try and parry this guy a little bit. And hopefully, yeah, this area I think is a little bit better lit. But now I'm going to be trying, as I run into this boss room, to grab those blood echoes. And I am locked into the cycle at this point. I'm locked into that mindset. Honestly, like I said before, it's not going to be that big of a deal if I lose them, but I'd like to try and do a little bit of damage recovery if I possibly can. So, aha! Oh man, I thought for sure that would get him. All right, he got me that time. Wow, he got me good. Wow. This is gonna be a challenge. If this ends up going on for too long, I may need to, I may need to cut out some boss attempts that I'm recording here and skip to the last one. But hopefully it doesn't come to that. Hopefully I can defeat this guy in a reasonable amount of time. But it's a pretty tough boss here, at least for me. Oops! Oh, there go those blood echoes. Ran right into that. Wow. Oh well. Alright. Time for yet another round against this boss. Perseverance is key. They can kill me 1,000 times, I only need to win once. But, ooh, and look, the blood echoes that are basically non-existent are outside the door. Alright. So, I was going to analyze, to some extent, this boss's name. So we have, Wasurareta Ijōsha. So basically the forgotten weirdo or madman. And I'm dead again. Alright, we'll be back soon. Oh, that's right. I'm just on autopilot here. I was just completely silent. I totally forgot I was recording because this is so used to, like, so much how I normally play the game is just throwing myself at these challenges over and over again, and usually not faring all that well. But I was going to say, I was going to say that the Wasurareta Ijōsha, Wasurareta, the first part of that, which are the first 1, 2, Wasurareta, excuse me, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, the first 5 of those characters that you see on the screen. Oops, we swung at the same time. Not the best trade, but I've got blood vials and he doesn't. Yeah, so the first 5 characters are Wasurareta, which just means forgotten, and the last 3 characters are Ijōsha, and the sha is mono. I think we might have talked about that kanji before. It means one. It's one of several ways that you can refer to a person, and so that's the very last character. The 2 before that, so starting from the 3rd to last and then the 2nd to last character, those 2 make up the word Ijō, which the first one means different and the second one means normal. So different from normal. So the one who is different from normal is basically what those last 3 might literally come out to. So this is, like I said, the forgotten, oh man, the forgotten weirdo, or the forgotten, I guess you could say madman. I said madman before because Ijō, in the sense that it's outside the ordinary, can also be can also, I suppose, be used to mean that something is outside of ordinary sanity, basically. I would be interested to see what the official translation is, because, once again, as I'm making these videos, I don't have a whole lot of information to hand as to the differences between a more literal translation is and what the official translation is. I suspect that I've said it several times now, and that Forgotten Madman is what it is. I remember that spell. But we'll see. Oops. Alright, and having now given some measure of analysis... Oh, wow, he really got me with that one. Whoops, let's hide over here. Having now given some manner of analysis to this guy's name, I would like to try and get back to focusing on the fight. And if this attempt doesn't go too well, this may result in me having to cut the video. Hopefully it doesn't. I really would like to keep this within a reasonable number of attempts, but we'll just see how it goes. Alright, so, dodging away. Looks like he's buffing that thing with Arcane, as opposed to Bolt. I am very clearly using Bolt. That's what I've been using this whole time. I'm noticing that I can interrupt this guy fairly easily. I'm not sure if I can interrupt that charge of his. It might be worth trying, just to see if I can do it. I'm also noticing, I noticed that in general, I'm not the best when it comes to parrying his strikes. Although I bet that's a good strategy because he tends to swing at you pretty wildly. So, okay, it looks like I can't interrupt that charge. That's good to know. That's good to know. I'll be back. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. There's another one. Okay, that, I did not bargain on that. Holy cow. Holy cow. Okay, so, well, I don't know what to do about this. I need to try and focus on one, while the other... Oh. Nope. I need to try and focus on one, and stay the heck out of the way of the other. Alright. Moving on, moving on, moving on. Moving on, moving on, moving on. Suddenly, whoops. Alright, can't see. Keeping it alive, moving around. Keeping it alive, moving around. Keeping it alive, moving around. Okay, got that. Please give me a visceral. Nope, I went for it and I died. But I learned something about the fight. Okay, I'm gonna make one more attempt voiced, and then I'm gonna switch to some silent attempts, in the hope that, even though this is the lightest commentary in the world, the fact that I can be quiet will allow me... Aha! Oh, uh-oh, that was bad. Will allow me to concentrate a little bit better, and I instinctively healed there. Probably shouldn't have done that, but that's okay. Alright, I'm noticing that it's pretty easy, in fact, to stagger him out of those strikes if I get the timing right. That's a big if, but it's one that I think is worth pursuing. With the smaller version of the weapon, it's a little bit trickier, but with the big one, I can do that and feel pretty comfortable about it. Feel pretty comfortable indeed. Let's get some health down here. Alright. This guy, okay. Wow, he stayed on me well. Wow, he stayed on me better than I thought he would. Heal up. Dodge behind the pillar, because that is a bunch of bad news that I don't want to deal with. And, hello, friend. You, oh, okay. Yep. Alright. And fire, and fire, and fire. And hello. And dodge around the fire. Keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. Heal up. Keep moving. Oh, boy. Glad I healed when I did. Alright. And power me up with lightning, and get me out of there, and let's hit you both, please. Nope, okay. Hide behind the pillar. Keeping in motion. Heal up again. Heal up again. Alright, I've got 8 blood vials left. This is not going to end well for me, I can guarantee it at this point. Heal up again. And nope, that didn't end well. He went for bullets. I did not think he would go for bullets. He went for bullets. Go figure. Continuing to heal. Only 4 vials left. I am pretty much doomed at this point, and I'm trying to get in some strikes. They are not connecting. Alright. He took his turn. Please take your turn. Strike. No. Knocked out of it by the companion. Trying anything just to get the one down. Alright. Move around the arena. Move around the arena. This guy is not as adept at hitting me from far away. Okay. This is intense. I will take this moment. Ow! Alright, here's the last blood vial. That's it, no more healing. Okay, I'll take this moment to say that Ijosha no Sokkin. Sokkin is attendant. It means side and close. So literally someone who stays close to your side. So that makes perfect sense for attendant. I can't believe that was the run. I can't believe it. Out of blood vials. I hunted. That is the end of Layer 2. Wow, what a rush. So, yeah, the Weirdo's attendant or the Madman's attendant. Boy, what a rush. What a climactic finish. I am very happy with that. I am also very low on blood vials, and way more than I can make up for with 15,000 blood echoes, but I don't care. That's a great feeling. That's a really great feeling. So we are going to go down one more layer, and I don't know, because I'm recording this in a moment, I have no idea what sort of crazy death montage I'm going to come up with for all those myriad times in which I got my face punched in by that one and those 2 enemies. But boy, am I glad to have them behind me now. That episode definitely did not go according to plan. But anyway, thank you all for joining me on that crazy journey. I hope it was as entertaining for you to watch as it was for me to play. And hopefully I'll see you next time. And until then, thanks for watching, everyone. Yeah, I'm not worried about this. Thanks for watching, everyone.